Hi, I'm Lori McGrath, the Resource Rundown. So today I'm taking a little different twist. I thought maybe it would be nice for you to be able to get to know me just a little bit. Who am I? Why am I creating videos for YouTube? And why is that important to you? And so I'm going to be talking about who I am as an educator, as a person, and as a content creator. And we're going to start right now. Who am I as an educator? So I got into education because I wanted to help people. I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to help kids grow as students, as people. I wanted to make a difference in lives. That's why I became an educator. I kind of became an educator later in life. When my kids were growing up, they couldn't keep me out of the school. And I was always there just wanting to help and be a part of everything. And that's when I realized I needed to go back to school to be a teacher. And as an educator, I've truly, truly enjoyed teaching. I get such fulfillment out of helping kids. And now I found this enjoyment and passion for helping other teachers and just people in general. And I started creating content on YouTube because I enjoy helping people. It's like that's my core. And I don't know that how I come across always is that I want to help people. I don't know how people view me. My desire to help people, my interest in curriculum is what led me to getting my master's degrees. And so I have 2 master's degrees, one in educational leadership and another one in curriculum and instruction. And I have both of those degrees because they work so well together to help me help other people. I didn't get my educational leadership degree to become a principal. I got it because I wanted to be able to look at the other side of things, the other perspectives, so that I would be able to present myself in a way where I could help other people and they would feel I was credible to help them. And that's really was my motivator for that part of the degree. Flies. So being an educator is pretty much who I am to a core. It's just in general. It's not just doesn't just pertain to kids. It pertains to anybody in my life. And so as far as my personal life, I am a mom. I'm a wife. I'm a grandmother, and I love being all of those. And I am so fortunate that I have a husband that has always supported everything that I do. And he's just truly an amazing human being, and I'm so, so lucky that he's a part of my life and that I have him. He's the first person I go to anytime I have a problem. He's the first person that I want to talk to when something great happens. And he's a center of joy, calmness, and he's a person that I can't imagine ever not having in my life. My family is everything to me. Everything that I do, everything that I am is about my family and helping them and being a part of their lives and enjoying being with them. My kids, my life pretty much revolves around them and the things that they're doing. My daughter has become a teacher, so she is also a teacher. She teaches English, and I couldn't be more proud of who she is and where she's gone and what she's doing with her life. And my oldest son was in the Air Force and is now out and is married and has a baby and is in technology and is excelling in that field, and that's fantastic. And then my youngest is still in high school, but he is smart and funny and very athletic, and whatever he sets his mind to, he'll be able to do it. I have to talk about my daughter-in-law because she is fabulous. She is a wonderful mother and wife. She's so supportive, and she's a tremendous human being, and I love her to death. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about my parents. They brought me up in a very warm, loving environment, and I wouldn't be who I am if it wasn't for them. And they were there for me all the way through my school, after I was out of school, as an adult. They've always been there for me, and they are incredible people. I'm someone who has chickens and ducks, and I love them. They're my pets. And although you didn't see it when I first started this video, and it's happened to be in one of my pause moments, but one of my chickens went roo-roo-rooing right across from behind me. And I just love watching them. I could sit on my deck for hours and watch the chickens and the ducks play, and they're so friendly, and they come up right next to us because ours are pretty tame. I've got one that lets me pick her up, my little Mabel. She lets me pick her up and hold her and carry her around, and she doesn't really like it, but she tolerates me, so that's okay. That's all I ask. I have a couple of dogs, and I love them. We've got a border collie, and he's not a true border collie in a sense. He does some strange things. He kind of has a tender stomach, poor guy, so it doesn't take much for him to get sick. But he's a very sweet dog, and he's affectionate, and wouldn't harm a fly. Well, he'd harm chickens. He's killed a few chickens, and that's upset me a little bit. But then we have Max, who's just like this loveliest dog ever, but he's very protective. So we have to watch him sometimes, but he's the kind of dog that likes to snuggle with you and on your bed, even when you don't want him to be there. I tend to be a more reserved person. I guess I shouldn't say that. I'm not reserved. I will talk to anybody, and I socialize with anybody, but I don't always open up to people. I tend to be a lot more introverted in that regard. I have a very, very small group of people that I actually will talk to about my personal life. I feel that I've been very fortunate to work with some outstanding educators, and they're dedicated to their students, they're dedicated to their craft, and I have a great administrator that really does care about his students and his people. As far as becoming a content creator, I just really found out that I enjoyed doing how-to videos, and after starting doing some of those, I'm finding that I'm just enjoying creating content that can help other people, whether it's how-to videos or tips and tricks or other things. So my channel is going to be focused on just things that will help other people in general surrounding education. I don't presume to know everything. I don't. I do feel like I have a lot to offer. I spend a lot of time researching all the things that I do and that I know, and I'm a researcher. That's what I do. If I have a question about something, or somebody asks me a question I don't know the answer, I am immediately looking it up to try and find the answer. I'm really efficient with technology. I learned how to use it pretty quickly, and I've made technology help me become more efficient, and I can do things pretty swiftly. And it's just because technology's been, when there was the first PCs, there are bugs out here. When the first PCs came out, I had one. And so I have lived my life, all of my adult life with computers, and which has been a long time, not gonna lie. I do make mistakes though, just like everybody. And there's a little part of me, growing up, I really struggled. I shouldn't say really struggled, but I did have a hard time with reading. I wasn't necessarily the best reader, and I overcame that by developing strategies and things to help myself. And although I am a fairly decent speller, I have this little thing, and I don't even notice it most of the time, but I leave letters out of the middle of words or off the ends of words, a little bit of dyslexia, I guess. And so it happens to me quite a bit. I just use it as teaching moments with my students, but when I'm writing up on the board, and I don't know how many other teachers have done that, but I'm like, oh, yep, just checking to see if you were paying attention. when it was really just because I left the letter out of the middle of a word. So I'm starting to lose my light, so I guess I better wrap it up here. But I wanted to make this video so that people would understand who I am and why I created this YouTube channel. And I just want to help people, and that's really my core. I just want to help people, and I don't always exhibit the best personality. I found that I feel like I'm being exuberant on camera when I'm recording, and then when I go back and watch it, I'm like, what? I just look so blah. So I'm working on that. I know that I'm struggling in that area, but I am hoping to get better eventually. Anyway, despite that, hope that people watch my videos because they know that if I'm putting it out there, it's because it's something that I do know about and that I just want to help, and that I do want feedback and I want comments. So that's me in a nutshell. Anyway, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.